is in here, I want to say that this is a day that the Lord has made for us to rejoice and be glad in it. I want to tell us that love does not make marriage work at all. Love does not make marriage work. Yes, love is good, but love alone cannot make marriage work. Some of us make the mistake of saying, I love him, I love her, I love him, I love him, and thinking that it will work. It does not work that way. It's very good to love, but love does not make marriage to work at all. So we must know this. When we know this, then we know how to do things to work. Now, when you see couples getting married on their wedding day or traditional marriage, we see a whole lot of things. That day is their D-Day. You see them putting, their best attire, wearing their best makeup. You see them dancing their best. You see them laughing, smiling, carrying each other, feeding each other with wine and cake and food, and doing a whole lot of things, dancing, and people will be clapping and rejoicing and carrying each other, kissing themselves before people. And hundreds or thousands of people will be there to witness it. So you see love being practicalized there. But just after months or years, you see divorce setting. Then what then happened? Well, you tell me that there was no love? No. Something stronger came. And that is what we need to know. Something came that overpowered, that made the love to be silenced, and they start threatening, or they part. That's why sometimes, I want to say, the Bible says that knowledge, my people perish because of lack of knowledge, not because the devil is too strong. So government cannot even help it. Your government cannot help it. And you see people just going and with people, with thousands of people witnessing them, and they will run to government, and government will just say, okay, go your part. No, government cannot help it. What you need is knowledge. You must know. Knowledge is what matters. And your government cannot help it. Government, check it now. If you need marriage certificate, government can issue it to you in just a week. But if you need driver's license, they can, in this country, like Nigeria, you will be going and coming and spending days, months, and 3 months you have not getting your driver's license. Or if not, unless you follow the other way, the way that everyone. So they will be turning you back, but in 3 days, they have issued marriage, because the government, they are concerned about, they even love your car more than you. That is it. So that's why we don't study. Now, we have never checked. Look at people now. They study their career. You see them reading, studying. You see them studying. They don't want to fail in their careers. That's why you see some people, professional lawyer. You see lawyers, son, and they are failures in marriage. But if you see them in their profession, they are something else. So they have invested in their career, but zero investment in their marriage. Mostly ladies, they think that everything is. I tell you, that is why they are missing it. As a matter of fact, you are even going against the creator, the institutor of marriage, because there was no time that the institutor of marriage told you ladies to love your husband. No. So the people study their career. You see musicians, they will be reading, buying books of listening, buying tapes, listening, training their voice, spending nights in a studio trying to get it right. But they cannot stay. You see actors, actresses, seeing them study, doing a whole lot of watching their role models to know how to act and do the best of it. But they don't have time. That's why if you social media, you see social media, a whole lot of divorce. There is order of the day, because they don't sit to study. Study what? And even some of them that study, they will be checking people that if someone that have divorced 5 times is your mentor, tell me how far you will go. You study books, you study the mind of the institutor. Your government is not the institutor of marriage. It's not your government, it's God. You study the mind of the institutor of marriage, not your government is never the institutor. And that's why we are failing. We study the mind of government concerning it, and government don't even like you. You understand? So we must study not only it, and we study people that have proofs. Because if you don't have proof, you will not be approved. There are people that have proofs in it. So you study them, know what they did, how they did it, and you apply it, it will work. The book of Proverbs, chapter 24. Proverbs 24, 3-4. Let me read. It says, through wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding it is established. It says, and by knowledge shall the chamber be filled with all the precious and pleasant riches. Through wisdom, an house is builded. So, if you check this thing, then you know what we need to make it work. Number one thing that we need to make it work is knowledge. You cannot understand what you don't know. The Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. You have never, sit down to know, to study. Study the mind of the Creator, then study what to do. Look at it now. When you study the product, you know how the product moves. No, study. You love your car, but the love you have for your car does not keep your car running. It cannot keep your car running. If you don't have the working or the knowledge of how your car works, it won't work. No matter how you love your car, kiss your car, touch your car, dance before your car, pet your car, it won't work. The car cannot work. If you don't know how to put fuel and where to put fuel, when to put oil and so, your car will crash no matter how you love your car. So humans are not different. You must learn, study, know how to follow your car. Know that men need respect. Women know that men need what they man should understand that what the women need is affection. When they are crazy and you buy a diamond ring, they will still be crazy until you give them affection. So the next thing is understanding. Understanding is the assimilation of what you must have known. So you understand it. You understand how the man works. I tell every man, you must understand your man. Understand when he's angry. Understand when he needs to eat. Understand how to talk to him. Understand man the same. Vice versa. When you understand, you don't need, that is just love. That is just it. When you understand that when I'm talking, you don't need to talk, you keep calm, you solve the issue. When you understand the way I used to be when I'm annoyed, you know how to handle it. It's understand. When you understand all these things, that is it. And the next thing you need is wisdom. Wisdom is the rightful application of what you know. So not even learning it alone, understanding it, but applying it. The application. Apply what you have learned. That is what makes it work. Not a love. It does not make it work. So love alone cannot make it work.